Bro, this looks great what I just made. Holy fuck, it's got our logo 4 times. No way that we'll ever forget that they are watching the 1 to 10 podcast ever again. Yeah. All right.
Well, they might think it's a 4 to 40, you know.
It's just the two boys. Actually, this is the two baby bears setup now.
True.
Well, we recorded the last one, which is going to be labeled the After Dark, which I've meant to upload but yet to do.
Yeah.
But that's
the After Dark. I like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was After Dark, and plus it was a black screen like on the bars underneath, so it was just like
okay.
whatever. Now we have graphics again, so we're good. We're good. Yeah, After Dark here. Let me just.
Swiggity.
Yeah, the secret's been revealed. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the secret's actually making
Alex actually does not glow like that IRL. Sorry to disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. You can't crack him and he glows like a glow stick, unfortunately. Honestly, where I'm at, for my money though, can we just say fuck what Dur says and just start recording the 2-person? Because I haven't had dinner yet either. So
I mean, do you want to go eat and then reconvene, or do you want to
So if I go eat and reconvene, I'm gonna shave as well. So I wouldn't be back until
that's fine. That's
7.
If you give me a time frame. Then I won't be mad about it because we can adhere to the time frame.
7:30 at the latest.
Yeah, that's fine. We can shoot for like 7:15, 7:30 if you want to take a break and eat. I haven't eaten either today. I literally fast. Yeah. Do you know I fast?
You told me.
Okay, I don't know how much I talk about it really, but if I don't eat before I record, I literally don't eat all day until after we're done. Like I feel you guys. I hope you know that, but like I literally just haven't eaten anything. I hope you guys ate something today. I'm just a fat piece of garbage who wants to be skinnier. And that's so I fast to
just get a tapeworm. I heard that's all the rage.
Oh, dude, hell yeah! And you know what? That's where we're gonna cut it off for this first part of the recording. So Barb can come back shaven for the actual episode. All right. Hello and welcome to a different setup. We'll acknowledge it. It looks fucking different in here, dude. No, that's just me and Trill this week. This is episode 10 of the 1 to 10 podcast. Durs has a volleyball tournament, I believe, this week.
He's on his high Q shit right now.
Yeah. So the next sports recap,
taking on the local high schoolers from down the lane.
The next sports recap about to be thick as fuck. We'll cover the Blues really quickly here though. First, just to start us off. Do you know what the current score of the series is?
The Blues? I think we're doing.
Last I heard, it was 2-2, but I think that there has now been another game.
It is 2-2, and we play in an hour. So
we play in an hour. Okay, that really timestamps us here on the 1 to 10 podcast. So the Blues are 2-2 against the Minnesota Wild. What's your ambition for tonight's game? Are we home or away?
This is away.
Okay, so what do you think about tonight? You think we'll win?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna say yes for the controversy.
I mean, that's fair. The thing is like I've been
power's mine.
Like I'm not gonna front. Like I've been paying super close attention to hockey this year. I've not. Like even 8:30 is kind of late for me to watch a game. Honestly.
I always have felt though, like with your perspective of the Cardinals are playing in the postseason, you'll watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
same thing for the Blues. But now it's the postseason, so I'm like, oh fuck, am I paying attention?
Yeah. Like I'm egg on my face, right? But so like. The Blues I'll watch a little bit more than the Cardinals, but like the thing is with them is like there's only been 1 year out of all the years I've been alive and a Blues fan that I haven't been severely disappointed.
Well, are you not disappointed though off anything other than like a loss?
No, so if it was like a 3rd round exit, I'd never be disappointed with that. It's just we always get bounced in the 1st and 2nd round, and like that happens so often when we'd be like the hottest team going into postseason.
True.
Like there is a year where we had like 100 wins in a season or something like that. We got bounced in the 1st round. Like that was like
I can't speak to the truth of the statement. I hope the audience can for you because I don't know, dude. I don't know the actual records.
This is also the misinformation podcast. I'm going to be spreading tidbits of misinformation.
Is this the glue trap all over again?
This is the glue trap podcast.
The gaslight glue trap.
Oh, dude, God. Oh my God, there was this video I saw. I meant to send it to you. It was like this. Oh, it was like a clip from Family Guy. It was like Stewie was trying to get Brian's help and he found all his siblings and he was like, I'm going to just fucking kill them all if you don't help me. And like there's one there.
Wait, what? Okay. I'll have to look this clip up, but go on.
There's one death trap that I really felt in my chest. And it was like one of the puppies or dogs is like laying down on like a table. And it's just like a giant vat of chocolate pouring like one drop into its mouth. And now I'm starting to realize chocolate is poison to dogs. He wasn't trying to make it fat and give it diabetes. So now this whole point, never mind. Never mind. I just realized the joke.
That's awesome, dude.
I need to turn on my fan, bro. I'm getting too fucking bothered.
All right, well, Parm gets a little sweaty. We'll just move right from that nonsense and our first topic of the blues into the girthier realm of this episode. We might actually spend some time on esports and our little more specialization. So don't be thwarted, though. We're going to keep it simple and still the vernacular very, very.
Yes.
So we'll move to our first one about it. Talking about the mid-season invitational again, the MSI tournament.
Yes,
that is happening
the LPL games.
Oh no, we'll get there. So, the Midseason Invitational is a tournament where every region sends a League of Legends team, professional team, from their first place from their collective regional tournament to an international tournament, and it's a big deal because only one team from each region can go. So when this happens, usually they locate in a place, especially over COVID time. In 2020, they did not have it. And then last year, they figured out they can do Reykjavik, Iceland. Yep. And Reykjavik seems to be a good place to do it. And it did not work out for Reykjavik because they went to Busan, Korea this year. Now, because of another thing called the Asian Games, which is like the Pan-Asia Games in a way almost.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's a tournament that allows for esports teams to play.
Yeah, like Asia has a lot
as
of
well as like regular sports. Like they're side by side.
They're
like
held... so
go ahead.
There's like the Gold Cup as well or whatever, like that weird one. That's pretty big too.
Right.
It's a big deal there. It is a big deal.
So the Asian Games are a huge deal. It's like a smaller Olympics essentially.
Yeah.
And if you are from Korea and you are chosen as a candidate and you win the gold medal, you get exempt from military service. China does great things for your social status there. It's a big deal. The Asian Games were going to interfere with MSI's time scheduling. So because of that, and because of the heightened quarantining and lockdown situations in Shanghai and China, where most teams from China are located, they had to make a decision whether one of the most or the most competitive region would be able to send its representative to the tournament or that they would not be able to attend. So they made a compromise. So rather than playing on a low latency server of 0 to 2 to 3 ping tournament realm, they implemented allowing a online connection for the Chinese team. And it is giving them a rough estimate of 35 ping is what they decided, or MS. That is 10 times the typical amount introduced for the connection to the game that the players play on in a tournament realm setting.
How many tenths of a second is that? Like, I mean, and I'm saying 30 tenths of a
35.
Second.
Okay, so 35 technically is like, I think it's 100 MS is 0.1. Okay, so I think that would be like 0.035.
So, and like, I'm not saying this to downplay it because that's a huge deal.
It is a huge deal.
Level,
and here's why it's a huge deal, particularly. Korean players who play in Korea, even in Busan or in primarily Seoul, play on like average 7.
7. Yeah.
So that's only double at most what the tournament realm, or a little over, would be played on. So essentially, the competitive integrity of MSI has been compromised, some would say, because now you have Korean players, the true best representatives potentially, that I believe.
Well, I mean, like, this just turned into the bubble, dude. It's a Mickey Mouse.
But now every team, so all the other representatives are local in Korea. They all traveled and quarantined and did everything they needed to do. And now there is artificial ping being put onto the games that they are playing on stage. Now, some are criticizing and saying that the ping itself, and such notable names, it's Faker, the Michael Jordan of League of Legends, essentially. Literally 3-time world champion out of 11 years. Are we going on now? 12 this year? Okay. So the point is, the greatest player to ever play the game. Owner, who is another promising Korean who plays on the same team as Faker, and then Impact, who is a North American representative, who also
the godfather of NA,
the
bro.
godfather of NA, now the highest
godfather.
winning, yes, the highest winning top laner in North American history now, potentially almost player, and won Worlds with Faker in 2013.
Yeah,
the first time he won Worlds. So, anyways,
starting to see a connection.
The point is, these are very reputable names and people worth trusting their opinion. They're saying that the ping feels much higher than 35, and it feels like it's probably overdone because it's 35, but it's artificial latency being added. So it's really more like 60. It feels a lot like North American Pro Solo Queue, if you will, all over in California. So it's really bad. Like, really bad. Faker actually made a comment yesterday, in fact, about whether teams will figure out or not that that there's a meta now, and that the game is shifted around picks and what's valued based upon the artificial latency being introduced. Now, the most important detail, wrapping back to that Chinese representative, that's RNG is their name, okay? RNG can't have a representative of Riot's staff. Riot is the game company that runs League of Legends.
Yeah.
They can't have a referee in their facility because of the COVID restrictions. So there's no one actually monitoring the LPL team to see what the true latency of their PCs is that is being there. So there's a distinct possibility that the Chinese representative is not only physically able to, also they don't have player cams.
Yeah,
just conveniently don't have player cams apparently. Okay, so and I that's apparently a whole thing, because apparently there's like lag with input, quote unquote. But the point is that there's no way to monitor the players physically, and there's no way to monitor the actual latency they are experiencing comparatively to the over-induced ping that is happening for all the other players.
Yeah, that's big fucked.
Yeah, it's so the problem with this MSI now is there's a huge asterisk on it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
no matter what the outcome is, no matter what team wins it, whether it's the Chinese team, if they win because they have extra better latency actually, and they're having better times with those games, or it's the team that won with latency and did it anyways, but it's not one of the top teams. If it's not, if it happens to be G2 even, let's say the European representative, or Evil Geniuses, the North American representative. Let's say a Western team wins. That has an asterisk on it forever because of the
I mean, the thing is I can already see the replies on Twitter. It's Mickey Mouse. This is like the bubble, dude. It won't count.
Dude, Vulcan McDonald's memes forever.
Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be McDonald's memes about this, and I know it doesn't sound like it's a big deal, this little amount of ping, but it's such a huge deal for these guys who they literally eat, breathe, and sleep timers. You know what I mean?
I should throw a link to a clip from my stream when I was playing earlier this week, and I had 70 instead of my typical 35 at most, to 23. I fluctuate when I'm live sometimes, but it's usually up to 35. I had double that at 75, 80, and I was literally dying so much and just getting caught out. And then I was like, I'm sorry, this just feels literally fucking unplayable right now.
I had
and my team forgave me, but I felt so bad. So that introduction of ping and in multiplying the level at which you're feeling input latency. God, that's just disgusting.
Yeah,
it feels so bad.
I was this goes even beyond League. Is I was even playing CS today, and I started my ping is normally 30 to 40, and I was hitting 90, and I was all right, I have to restart, because League you can't restart your game without fucking your team. CS it makes you do a 2-minute pause.
It depends on what the death timer is. If it's a 35-second death timer,
with a
you can make it happen.
For sure. But that's what I did. So I chatted to my team. I'm I'm gonna go a little aggro here. As soon as I die, I'm restarting my game, and it fixed itself. I mean,
when you leave a game for League or CS, do you always tell your team, or are you a guy who just does it and then comes back?
If I like my teammates, if for so CS, so for CS:GO, actually, if I'm just playing me solo queuing or whatever, I don't talk at all. I just use the mouse wheel ping and I just type.
We ball, dude.
Yeah, because people are way too talk. If I open my mouth and we're not winning, even if I'm hard carrying the game, I'm just gonna get shit on by these people.
Damn.
And like, cause like, dude, with CS, it's like I have almost 1,000 hours in the game right now. I'm still not good. Like the benchmark for being good at CS now is about 3K hours. Yeah, that's the benchmark for being good. Like
That's
the
so
Counter Strike
disheartening.
grind is so crazy, and like
Mhm.
that's 3K hours just on like your mechanics alone. That doesn't even go into like late nade lineups, things like that. Like
Sure.
just the nuance. So like I don't talk in Counter Strike. If I like my teammates, I might talk, and
Sure.
then I'll let them know I'm leaving. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, all right, fuck it. Like
Yeah.
I'm doing this. You're waiting.
Okay. So when I like do, I don't play CS often enough to actually have to do that. Other than like when
Mm,
I'm playing a 5 stack with you guys. So like,
yeah.
I'm not like if I have to leave the game, which canonically I had to one time when the dog took a shit on the floor right behind me while I was streaming. That was hilarious. That's like the last time I played
Uh,
CS on stream. I didn't want to play it
yeah.
again after that.
Yeah,
I was just
it
like,
really
fuck this
sour
shit,
taste in your
man.
mouth.
No, it's just like it felt like bad karma. Like I was
Yeah.
just like, if I play this again on stream, I'm just gonna have to clean up a big fucking pile of shit behind me.
Yeah, Crowley doesn't like Counter Strike, man.
Yeah, I guess not, dude. He thinks violence
He's a
is bad,
Valorant
guns.
dog.
But you know what's not bad and not bad that CS at all is the major going on. So why don't you give me a little rundown what's happening in the
Oh,
audience as well? Because I'm not, I like it, and I'm a little versed in some names.
yeah, yeah.
Bad News Eagles.
Bad news, Eagles. So let's like just start like with these darlings, the Juan Flatro and Scenari show.
Juan Flatro.
This is a team, like I said, like they're the darlings. They barely have played in tournaments this is the first time I've even seen the name, right?
See,
Um, and so when you have teams like this, they don't get to play all these tier one, top tier two teams at all these events.
see,
And
I'm
like
listening still.
it's so exciting because like seeing these guys finally get to play in this event, like they're only getting better. In the Swiss stage, so like where all the challengers, like the people who aren't pre-qualified for like top 16 or whatever
Gazer.
from like the qualifiers, they play a round robin like best of one, and if you win your first two games you start going into best of threes, and if you win your best of three you're 3-0 technically, right, and you're into the next stage. If you go 0-3 you're out. um right now Bad News Eagles are 2-1, which is super good. Like that means they have two chances to make it to the next stage. Their next game's against Ents,
Woo.
who is like the dark horse to win the tournament, even though they lost to
Brazilian,
G2
correct?
today. Ents is Finnish.
Finish.
BNE, I think is like Spanish or something.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's going to be a tough game. I don't think they're going to win that. I think Ents is just going to put up the iron wall and just completely block them out. And then
Be real.
it's going to be
I
really
have a
sad
poke bowl, so I'm
tomorrow.
gonna eat this poke bowl.
The last the last North American, there's only going to be one North American team that has a chance of qualifying because Liquid and Complexity have both been underperforming, even in underperformance, which is not surprising. I guess it's not an underperformance if I'm not surprised. But they play each other. Loser of that is knocked out of the tournament forever. Right now, this tournament has been spicy, dude. Like G2, like
I saw Carlos's tweet right before we started recording. I was laughing
yeah,
my fucking ass off, dude.
yeah, dude.
Carlos is having a good day. He's got a 2-0
He's
leading
having a
team.
good day. Well, because like
Okay.
that
We were talking about this earlier in the pre-roll, but I don't think we got this on the camera actually.
yeah.
Quick thought though. We talked about the principle of a major esports org not being able to have like multiple successive teams in major esports at the same time.
Oh, you're right.
So,
He like the exception.
but G2's the exception, I think,
Yeah.
because back when like the first stages of Valorant was happening, like their G2 like Mixwell and shit, like they were fucking crazy in Europe.
Well, actually, you know what? I guess there's now with recent changes, Cloud9 also has two rosters.
That are. What do you mean? What are the two?
They bought the top. So Gambit, because of the Russian stuff.
Yeah.
Old Gambit
Okay,
roster. They're the number 3 team.
Yeah, that's amazing.
In the world.
What's their other
and
good
Cloud9
team?
bought them.
But what's the other good team they have?
Oh, League of Legends. I mean, that's a good team.
How are they good? They got fourth place. They didn't even make finals weekend. Summit floundered out. He burnt out, dude.
I'd say a top 4 is pretty good.
I don't think that's a good team.
I think that's a C.
Evil Geniuses, on the other hand, follows the rule of thumb.
Yeah, no, well, Evil Geniuses, like, okay, if you're gonna tier off the LCS teams, like S tier is gonna be like Evil Geniuses, A tier will be like Liquid,
sure,
and then like B tier would be like 100 Thieves.
This is the greatest thing I've ever tasted. I just want to take a moment. Honey wasabi mayo.
You finally
No, honey wasabi mayo from this poke bowl place.
Okay,
This is
okay.
insane. Wow,
What
that's
poke
so
bowl
good.
place did you go to?
Sheesh. Give me 1 second.
Just shout out our small businesses real quick.
Yeah, I did shout out Love of Food from St. Louis. Actually, we talk about
Yeah.
our food diversity. Let's be honest about it, right? She went
Meager?
to Poke Munch. in
Poke
St.
Munch.
Louis.
That sounds pretty
Yes,
cool.
Poke
Okay.
Munch. Yes, it's
Okay,
very good,
okay.
very good.
But
I got just a little poke bowl. I got some edamame, some carrots, some shit. What else would I get this thing? This shit's so good. I gotta shout it out. It's fire. Okay.
yeah,
White
one
rice,
thing that's
carrot, yellow daikon, scallions, edamame, chicken tempura, fucking
Ooh.
sweet chili and honey wasabi mayo for the sauces.
I'd be real. That sounds fun.
It does sound good. It was a build your own bowl. I just went
haven't
hard.
Yeah, dude, edamame is so good. But it's kind of funny though, because with C9 buying the Gambit roster, they bought a team that was already in the legend stage of the major, so they're already top 16 or whatever it is.
Did they retain their results when they transferred?
Yeah, yeah,
of course
they
retained.
retained.
The players retain the results regardless.
Yeah, of course they weren't gonna. They were not. HLTV was not gonna fuck over the 5 of the top 15 players in the world. You know what I mean? Well, maybe not 5 of the top 15, but they made them retain the results. I'm surprised like the thing is like with Gambit, they're able to buy it. I'm surprised no other North American team has tried buying Virtus Pro, because that's the other Russian team, and I don't care what you say about them, they're always in the conversation.
Yeah, that was interesting that they got banned though. But they're all banned, aren't they? Or that's the Dota team.
That's the Dota team. But the funny thing is,
maybe that's why though.
If this Gambit roster wins a major, NA will have 2 major wins under its belt. Under Cloud9. Dude, Jack is just enjoying himself right now, I imagine.
Jack's had an okay year.
Yeah, he's had an okay year.
But yeah. Well, speaking of Jack and Jack's teams, let's talk about his league roster real quick. Have you heard about the roster swaps? Do you know the roster?
I think Jensen's confirmed back, right?
I believe Jensen is back for sure.
Yeah, and then Fudge is top lane, Blabber jungle,
yes. So
Sven support.
There it is. Yes.
Yep.
Berserker still ADC. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the TSM roster?
They got Maple.
Right. Well,
he's
not signed yet, but
I mean,
here's the thing: Maple was on one of the worst LPL teams, and he was on the bench. So I don't know how past his prime Maple actually is. I'm sure he's hungry, and I'm sure he wants to play.
Dude,
but
I don't care how past prime. Like LPL past their prime is an NA like top 5 mid laner.
NA goated.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if Jojo Pune can a Fortnite L dance on Maple like he did every other fucking mid laner except Bjergsen.
Well, he got stepped on by Caps today.
He did get stepped on by Caps, dude. I mean, did you see Caps' tweet? He tweeted out "Learn from the best" and added Froggen.
Dude, amazing! Yeah. Let's go. The Froggen homage.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Dude, JoJo got fucking depressed because he got played against a champion that was created when he was in diapers still.
Dude, yeah, I mean, he's
never played against the fucking Icebird.
What was the tweet I saw today? He's switching games again. It was like a meme tweet.
Oh yeah, the Beyond tweet saying that he's going to play a totally different game now.
Yeah, like Overwatch or something.
No, it was something even worse actually.
Yeah.
Let me look that up while we get ready to talk about our next one actually with Overwatch. Overwatch 2 competitive season has begun, in fact.
Before we get into that, there was a little scandal with the major, I guess.
Oh yeah, hit me with the scandal first. I would love a slice.
So basically over like the time of like COVID and the online era, there was like a coach bug that was going around where basically coaches can spectate their players, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a bug where like if a player got killed in a certain spot, the coach cam would stay there and it'd be like locked in. And this happened. The most common spot I think was Banana on Inferno, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I actually do.
Like understand how important it is just having that total vision. So like back then that happened, and they came out and said if everyone, and like because of the delays with the viewing, the information you were getting was not very valuable. Like you'd see somebody ran there and it'd be like this 2 rounds later, you know what I mean? But they are like, this is cheating, and if we like banned everyone, there would only be like 6 teams left from tier 4. And so that was all put to bed. But then Team Spirit, a CIS team that's in the major, like literally 2 days before the major started, apparently like their coach had an accidental bug, and within like 20 seconds exited the game, restarted, and like reported it. Oh, it wasn't like 30 seconds. It was like a minute or two. Like actually reported as a minute or two. And their coach is banned from the major.
Holy shit. They take
Yeah.
that seriously.
They took it that seriously. The entire community is obviously like, this is fucked up. He couldn't even use the information he got from it. So a little scandal. If Team Spirit underperforms, they have their excuse ready. I don't think anyone is expecting much from them to begin with, though.
It's nuts. You think coaches are that important in CS?
Oh, 100%, dude. Because, like, when we play, like, when we're, like, once it gets past the initial rounds of, like, oh, rush this, do this, like, you have no idea. Like, we have no idea what we're doing, honestly. It's literally either, like, get kills, like, because, like, and, like, the two most important things, I think, for CS is, like, well, three, I guess, is, like, your in-game leader, the person who's like telling like, hey, we are hitting this, we're throwing these smokes.
Yep.
Your opper, because that's the person who's probably going to get the most of your kills if everything's going right, and then your coach. Because a coach, like CS, like CS:GO is like more synergy, I think, than it is like star power at times. You know,
Absolutely.
because there are teams that just are their own country's rosters.
I think I was watching a Thorin clip talking about how like, when are people going to realize like the people who are described as like the safe dude or the team player or something like that are not always a team player, but like there's also these fucking monsters who can do these crazy things like Zippix was and stuff.
Yeah, and now Zippix is like the best team player.
Yeah, but he still is. He always has been. But then he like also has these moments where he's just insanely like clutch himself. He's not like the superstar carry, but he's actually more useful than the superstar carry who feeds a lot of the time.
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting concept that like that might like, be a more valuable player all day.
Here's my favorite example, and it's like not the best example I know, but like Vitality a year ago was like number 1, number 2 team. Like, I don't know if you saw ZywOo's like ace P250 clutch against Na'Vi, but like that team was an all French core. Like, you had ZywOo, number 2 player in the world. Like, he was popping off. This team was going. And then, like, now this year, they brought in Magisk and Dupree from the old Astralis lineup, and now they're going to it's international roster. And, like, they're, like, the beginning of that was rough. Like, they're underperforming. Now they're secured legend spot. So, like, what happens over the course of the week, it kind of determines if this was a failure or not. You know what I mean? Because if this was a core from a year ago, that would probably be my number one, like, hey, these guys are going to win the tournament.
Sure. You mean Vitality, right?
Yeah, Vitality. That would be, it would be like Vitality for me. It'd be like, so right now the runners, the four.
Can we talk about Vitality's jerseys and how they fucking suck this year.
They suck dick. They suck
so much dick. The fucking promo they shot when they got the Vitality team they got for League 2, by the way, bum ass team.
Cap off the CS talk. The 4 teams that are probably gonna win the major is probably like Na'Vi, FaZe, Heroic, and then like ENCE is what I'm putting up there. G2 should probably go up there, but I'm more of a Heroic fanboy. That's it.
Okay. Respect. I hope G2 does well because I like the Carlos memes.
Yep.
So that's my
G2 has the most likable team. I don't know why people hate on him. I don't know why people hate XMen and Nico, but hey,
because Carlos is a villain.
Carlos is one of the
Ocelot's a fucking villain, dude. He's like
always has been.
Need him to be one though.
You know? Always has been, dude.
Did you watch that Top Father video I posted that the G2 made?
No, I did not.
Dude, you have to watch it. They parody fucking The Godfather, and they do it with Broken Blade. It's so good. They actually made a really good video.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
But all right, tell me, like, lay it on me. Overwatch. I know nothing.
Okay, so Overwatch with the 5v5 changes to Overwatch 2 is now playing in the competitive Overwatch League, the professional highest level that you can play at.
Let's go.
Within the first game, on the second match, they had to pause the match, and then they had to reset the server because it crashed. So that's the first sign of a dumpster fire. But let's get to the real actual scandal of this league already. Day 3, the Florida Mayhem are playing Who Fucking Cares, because this isn't the team that they lost to or whatever, even though they shit-rolled them, and it doesn't fucking matter that they really cheated or not in the situation. But basically they're fined and told to replay the section of the map because they are cheating. Now there's a clear outline in the set of rules, but it's not clearly outlined about this specific kind of thing. Just one other specific kind of thing that counts as cheating. There's a bug out of the game where they can't work it out, where two characters, May and Symmetra, work together. May can make a wall of ice, and Symmetra can use a teleporter. Now, what happened is there's this roof that's technically coded as a floor, where if you use the wall to push up a certain amount of distance upward, and then you place the teleporter on top, it can now reach that very special
that's
top
dumb,
layer.
dude.
So then they could teleport to this like high like area, and then they like just open fire on them and killed a bunch of people.
So
it's like a known exploit they're told they're not allowed to use.
This just screams Olaf Meister, fanatic, the overpass boost. Like,
yeah,
where is it? Where is it? They have no idea where he's shooting from. Like, and guess what? The result stood.
Yep.
Like Valve said, we fucked up letting this be in the game. I think Blizzard needs to do the same.
Which is really
they
funny.
Should not have replayed.
So what they happened was they made a replay and they still beat their asses. So it didn't matter. Like the team was just better than them anyways. So it's whatever. I think they got a small fine too.
That's fine.
It's not a huge
deal.
One
thing I adore about Overwatch is like that the teams are like Florida. Yeah. They have home base.
It's a localized league.
I think like when you are franchising, that's like the most like I wish League did that when they're franchising.
It's global. So like perfect example, Cloud9, Jack. He owns a team, London Spitfire.
That's sick. I love that. I wish
you have Atlanta teams. You have several California teams. You have two Los Angeles teams. So there's a battle for LA storyline every year.
Dude, like
there's the Dallas Fuel versus the Houston Outlaws every year. So there's the battle for Texas.
Like, shit like that is hype. I wish more like you get that with Counter-Strike because like there was a game versus Astralis and Heroic, the two Danish powerhouses, and like apparently in between matches, Glaive, the IGL from Astralis, and Cadian from Heroic, they had to get broken up because they were about to get into a fist fight.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so like shit like that I love, and I feel like League of Legends missed a huge opportunity when doing that. Like, come on, like it just it doesn't make sense to me.
I think it doesn't work for League's server problem.
But like that can be fixed
over time.
It's been 12 years.
They can also make so they're gonna make other games instead.
Yeah, no, you know what? That's fair, and I can't knock them for that.
Yeah. It's just how
all I can say is then I hope Overwatch does really well. I hope the game fixes every issue with it because I love those storylines.
I think fuck about it.
Like I think I love sports, I love competition, but I think I love the storylines more.
Storylines are the most interesting thing. That's why you can create those narratives. You can say these accolades they have, and then you can like to the common man, you can still highlight like why this person is significant or why this isn't a credible thing or why this is an extraordinary thing to achieve.
With LCS, I feel like those rivalries and things have been lost to time, kind of.
Some of the rivalries exist. It's like more player interpersonal,
Yeah, I get that, but it's like
it's more like if someone plays their ex-teammate.
TSM CLG's kind of dead now. Like it's just more of a meme when CLG manages to win.
No. It's not dead.
This is the first time it's been competitive in 5 years.
Because it was the antithesis of what it was. So the last several times, it was always like they were the top. So back in the beginning of the LCS, they were the top teams. And actually, the story goes that CLG was the original first North American team. And Reginald wanted to be on CLG, but Hotshot, the original owner and creator, did not want him to be on CLG.
Rightfully so.
Because Reggie is under a lawsuit investigation right now, which we're going to go into in our next topic. Don't you worry. So the story goes that Reggie, Andy, made TSM to like get back at him and like try to be better and defeat them at tournaments. Okay. Anyways, the point is they were the best teams for a long time. Other teams came and rose up. Over time, CLG fell apart year over year, multiple times. And then most recently, TSM, rather than even making a run at being fourth like last year, and now they are like the 10th place team nearly. So they
legitimately almost won 0 games.
There was a battle of El Asico instead of El Clasico not too long ago, and it was pretty fucking funny to watch. the dumpster fire burn of these two once very rival competitive organizations mean absolutely nothing to the standings of their own league.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was really, really fun.
But,
all right, let's get off games. Let's talk about something
yeah.
TV real quick, man. What are you watching right now?
What am I watching?
Yeah, what have you been watching on the flicks? On what platforms? What have you been watching?
So actually, the other day, and I need to make a conscious effort to do this, I cashed in my free trial of Apple TV because I realized it's only $4.99 a month. So with all these other like streaming services going crazy, and like from what I hear, Apple TV is some great, like Ted Lasso is like the one everyone talks about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be perusing Apple TV over the next week because I'm caught up on Cobra Kai. I'm caught up on pretty much every anime I want to be caught up on.
No such thing.
So like, what? Yeah,
no such thing.
Yeah,
not for me.
That's fair. I don't watch One Piece. You're right.
I don't either. I'm not gonna watch that shit. That's too much.
I'm kidding. It's but yeah. So I'm thinking I'm gonna watch like one of the shows on. I'll probably watch Ted Lasso. I think give it a
finally going to watch
that
Ted
egg.
Lasso. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Respect. Let's see, what have I been watching? Have you heard about the Pentaveret?
Oh, Mike Myers. Yeah, I know Netflix fumbled the ball on marketing that.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good actually.
Yeah,
it's kind of goofy and dumb, but like also
it's Mike Myers. If you like Austin Powers, I feel like
if you like Mike Myers playing fucking 5 people at once,
yeah,
and being slightly racist white guys, yeah.
Is there a fat bastard homage? Like that's all I need, bro.
Bro, there's a Shrek fucking cameo.
Yeah, I saw that clip.
That shit was so goated. And like the only reason why I think it works so well, especially like you saw the clip and you enjoyed it probably, but for me,
the shit out of it.
I talked to Sam about it after it happened. I was like, that Shrek cameo was so good because of all the other things that had just happened prior.
Yeah.
The fact that you're already interacting with Mike Myers being Mike Myers, and then it's just this like, oh yeah, let's get one more in there. Like, let's get one more Mike Myers talking to Mike Myers thing.
Yeah.
But it's like the ultimate, like, his Canadian character talking to Shrek. So it's like, all right, that was a banger. No, dude. Really, the best part of the show for me was that in the concept of the show, it's about a secret organization who are good guys, quote unquote, whatever. 6 episodes. It's fine. It was a good little run. But really, the enjoyable part of it was they had Maria Menounos. And every time in their closed circuit TV system, the Pentaveret TV, for anyone who worked in the organization and lived within the building, it would play on the CCTV of like a morning update and news. And she'd be like, good morning, Pentaveret TV. I'm Maria Menounos. And every time she would like do something on the TV, she'd have to say, I'm Maria Menounos. And to a point of like sheer redundancy. And I just loved it so much because like I'm stuck with the joke of like, I'm Maria Menounos, like just stuck in my head for 2 days after finishing the show. So that invaded my brain for a little bit. Thinking about watching some anime. Thinking about watching Spy X Family. Thinking about
that show's really good. So I made not a mistake. If you're listening, I had the pleasure of starting that with my female friend. So which basically means I cannot watch unless I watch with her.
Fuck.
Which also means we are 4 weeks behind.
Oh shit.
The show. So I know it's so good. I'm trying to avoid
4 weeks.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers. I'm trying to avoid all this stuff, but it's so hard because it is good. I know, like you know me. I'm a snob about anime. I've seen 2 episodes of this. I've seen it like enough of this show to know this is going to be one of the top bangers of the season.
For sure.
Also, if you're looking for something goofy to watch, I did just finish like one of my like 5th or 6th
movie.
Actually close. It is a goofy movie, but it's not that one. I finished like my 5th rewatch of this, and like you know that meme from Tropic Thunder of like Ben Stiller's character having like the 20 movies or whatever within like 2 years.
Yeah.
So there's this Japanese, I assume Japanese film franchise called High and Low.
High and Low.
Oh, what? High and Low, dude. These movies came out from 2016 to 2017. There's 7 to 9 of them, if memory serves correctly. They're all on Netflix.
So why don't you use this opportunity?
Essentially, imagine like there's this poor area of like Tokyo or whatever, and there's
Asian
like 5 adolescent gangs run this area, and the Yakuza's trying to kick them out and all this. It's just good, mindless kung fu, or I guess action.
This is 1963.
No, dude, it's from like 2016, High and Low.
Bro, this is telling me this is a police procedural crime drama.
No, you're looking at the wrong
Kurosawa.
one.
This is a Kurosawa movie.
No.
Okay.
Like
I don't
if
know.
you, why? Oh, it is the first one that comes up. But if you go to images, you're gonna see all the fucking like you'll see what I'm talking about, bro.
Oh, High and Low the movie. What the fuck is this?
Dude,
Okay. Now we're talking my language.
bro,
Man, this dude at the top's
like-
face is
like,
fucking
well, like,
amazing.
Bro, watch these movies. Tell me which gang you are, because I'm like Amamiya
Where
High.
the fuck can I watch?
They're all on
what
Netflix.
gang you are. They're all on
Yeah,
Netflix.
dude. Yeah, they're all on Netflix, dude.
Holy shit! I know what I'm
Oh,
doing,
man.
dude. I know what we're doing for
Dude,
bonus content. This sounds great.
we can watch these. There's
Yeah,
some,
if
like, let
Durs
me go-
wants to try to make me watch fucking like what is it called? The shitty what's that franchise that we hate about cars?
yeah, art.
No, don't talk about cars like that. No. Fast and Furious. If Durs wants me to watch Fast and Furious and get into that, he has to get into High and Low. This is the Kung Fu entry for him.
So okay, I'm gonna read you the press. So basically, like I said, there's this poor area of Tokyo called Sword, made up of 5 gangs.
Okay.
They get the name Sword as an acronym for all the names of the gangs. So the S stands for the Sano Hoodlum Squad is the translation.
Okay.
The W is the White Rascals, and these guys are like own a bougie nightclub where all white. They have grills. It's fucking hilarious. Then you have Oya High, which is like dope, and then the R is the Rude Boys. They're very rude.
That's
like,
me.
Yeah, and then the last one's like the Daruma Squad or whatever, and they just like are.
You said Rude Boys. You had me.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
in.
All the Rude Boys.
I know what I'm doing after this.
Dude, the Rude Boys are. I think you would love the Rude Boys. That vibe,
brother. I love most things Eastern culture.
Actually, I take that back because that could be seen as an insult. So just watch it. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Directed as a compliment. Okay, let's talk about the movie we both definitely have seen.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2.
Oh my god,
dude,
amazing.
Dude, okay, so I'm just gonna say, spoilers, skip ahead. I'm not gonna timestamp it. I don't fucking care. That,
but okay, wait, we have to timestamp it.
Okay, Jamie, don't timestamp it. Okay,
yeah,
Jamie will timestamp it. He'll put it down below or above or whatever. He'll put it above. All right, so there it is. Cool. Skip ahead if you don't want spoilers for Doctor Strange 2. Okay, Durs, this also includes you, even if you're not here and you haven't seen it yet. You know what's really funny about today, like him with the volleyball tournament?
We were able to add this in.
Okay, so tell the story about what happened today, about why Durs isn't here, and then what you thought too.
Okay, so Durs isn't here because he has volleyball, to my understanding.
But there's an existing other schedule conflict as well.
So, we have a group of friends who love going to the movie theaters on Tuesdays because it's $5 for a large popcorn drink and then like $5 for your ticket. Super fucking good deal. And this morning I woke up to a text message and it was from our friend Brandon. He's like, "Hey, so Durs was supposed to go see this movie with us at 7, also the time we were going to record today, but he bailed. Would you like this ticket?" And before I knew Durs had volleyball, in my head I was like, "Oh wow. Durs is being such a good friend. He's turning down a free Doctor Strange ticket to like do the pod." So I text B back like, "Nah, I have like prior engagements. I can't as much as I'd like." And I just told him I was busy. But come to find out that's not it. Durs is just an asshole who can't fucking schedule to save his fucking life, dude.
Now, luckily, you had already seen the movie on Saturday.
Yeah, I did.
So
I
saw it on Thursday because Sam and I, if there's an interesting Marvel movie for us, we're gonna see it like the day it comes out, like on like not even like Friday. I'm talking Thursday night, and just like the whole midnight showing thing's dead. By the way, did you ever go to a midnight showing ever?
The last one I've gone to is Avengers Endgame.
Oh, we went to a midnight showing for that one?
Yeah, I went to a legitimate midnight showing. There's dweebs dressed up as Captain America
Was that a Wednesday one?
It was a weekday. It was a weekday for sure. It was literally like opening night or something like that.
So Sam and I went to that one also, but it was like that's like 7 p.m. So that's just like a dead concept. But the real last actual midnight first, like it's the first showing of the movie. It was at midnight. Was The Dark Knight.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was 16 years old. That's 14 years ago, guys.
Damn.
Yeah.
You want to hear a funny story about the Avengers Endgame?
Yes.
Midnight
But then after that, we have to talk about Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we will. So basically, like I said, there's people dressed up. People like all over, like they're super excited. I'm with my buddy. We just did our thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're inebriated. We're there, and I'm like telling him, like, hey man, I have not seen the one before this. And I was like, this is the third one, right? And he was like, and he's more of a Marvel. You know me, I'm not a big Marvel guy.
Wait,
but
wait. You're telling me right now, like big Marvel guy, hi, you just acknowledged it. You're fucking telling me right now that you went and saw Endgame in theaters and you had not seen Infinity War.
No. So Infinity War's the last one. Endgame's the third one. Age of Ultron's the second one.
No.
Okay, well, whichever. Okay,
Endgame's fourth.
Okay, whatever then. I saw the third one, Infinity War.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, audience. I completely fucked that.
No, that's like a whole. Well, that's a very confusing concept.
Yeah,
okay, so which one did you go see in theaters with your friend?
The third one.
So you saw Infinity
I did not see
War.
I did not see Age of Ultron.
Oh,
beforehand.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but like that's what he was telling me too, and that's why I read online because I was like, do I need to see this? Like, is it that bad? And dude, I swear to God, like 6 fucking people individually came up. I think they were part of a group, and they all came up with like a scripted response. Like, bro, you really need to see it. Like, he's like, you're taking this ticket away from someone who really wants to see this right now. And I was like, first of all, bro,
who said this to you while you were talking to your friend? Random people said that to you?
Yeah, dude, a random group. Like it was a group of people, and they kept sending like an individual who was also dressed up. And like the 5th dude who said I was taking like a ticket away from someone who wanted it. This wasn't sold out, by the way, or at least it didn't look it. It was a midnight showing. Maybe people didn't show up, but like,
holy
this
shit.
fucking Bucky Rogers was like smaller than me, believe it or not. And I was like, buddy, like. You didn't get any special shots. Like, keep walking. I don't fucking care. Like,
dude,
I will.
That's nuts that people actually say that shit. That whole concept of people like saying you took a ticket away from somebody is so dumb.
Yeah, that soured my taste. I think for the MCU for like ever after that moment. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's wrap into the actual. Okay, now we're gonna put the real timestamp. We're putting that twice.
Yeah, now
actually, this is your real This is your second warning.
Yeah,
if we have not actually started spoiling Doctor Strange 2 yet. But
so
we're about
to. Don't be that Marvel fan. Let people enjoy shit.
Let's keep going. Yeah. So I understand people want to enjoy things their own way, right? But when I saw Doctor Strange 2, you told me you enjoyed it. You tweeted this on Twitter too. You said you enjoyed it because there wasn't any fucking bullshit clapping and people were being cool in the showing.
Yeah. Dude,
yes. And guess what I experienced on my Thursday showing? 5 instances of clapping. I wanted to kill myself. I was so mad. Dude, like Sam and I, I'll be real, guys. I have weird sensory overload issues that come from things that happened in my childhood. Parm knows this. He loves me and actually respects me, but your gulps are still sexy.
Yeah, that's why I circle with my friends and scream nightmare around you.
After you gave me LSD. Yeah. Okay, so basically, if I'm in a movie theater, one of the things that like has always really bothered me, even since I was a little kid, was like when people are super loud with like what they're doing.
Yes.
And I don't even mean like talking is like a whole other like shut the fuck up. Like don't talk in the movie.
Let's clarify, like crunching like from popcorn. I guess you don't mind,
no, big crunching doesn't really bother me because it's kind of harder to hear, but it's really more
during the movie.
Can I be like super honest? It's a rustling of a bag. It's like so someone has like a box of candy or a small bag of candy, and they stick their hand in the bag and they rustle around and pull out. I want to blow my brains out.
Dude, you're so
the
lucky.
Solution is to pour into your hand.
Yes.
Because then you just pour gently and it's like, cool, it's a small little rustle. They pour out and then you get your candy and then you're happy, man. And it's all good, bear. Like, you just don't have to worry about it then. But, dude, I'm looking at these high and low pictures. Still got to close this tab on Google. This is so funny.
Bro, dude, I swear it's honestly good.
Dude, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically,
obsessed.
let's actually talk about the movie rather than just like our experiences. But yeah, okay, every cameo that happened with like the whole Illuminati scene. So
yeah,
Bree Richards on screen as John Krasinski, clapping men, clapping, woo! I was like, okay, fine. Xavier, of course, clapping. But like before that, when like someone had done something funny with the whole Mordo like hugging strain, someone clapped too, and I was like, really, like. Not every like, and then I said this at work when talking to somebody. I think this is pretty profound because someone asked me if I had seen it. I'm like, yeah, I saw it Thursday. And they're like, why didn't you say you saw it? And I'm just like, I don't like spoiling things for people, but if you guys want to have an open discussion for all who have seen it in the room and everyone's neutral that we've seen it, we're not going to talk about it and spoil it for others. We're good.
Yeah.
So we get into that conversation and say, I think the problem for me was the clapping thing, is that not every fucking moment needs to be the snap that Tony does to defeat Thanos. Not everything is this groundbreaking, fucking amazing. I get that it's like exciting for some people, but it's not everything is the penultimate moment where you should actually applaud. Like, so, like the snap was a beautiful moment, and it was it's something where people like when they clap in the theater, I was like, I clap. Fuck yeah, dude. I am Iron Man, bitch. That was sick. That was awesome. But doing it for everything is just like it's mind-numbing enjoying it, because I want to enjoy it organically the way I actually do enjoy it, but then I get labeled as Marvel fan, and I'm fucked because now I'm associated with the clapping guy.
Like that moment was over a decade in the making. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there are multiple movies of no applause.
Well, Doctor Strange 2 came out 6 years ago, so this is 6 years in the making, and Sam Raimi has been making Spider-Man movies since 2002. So
like, oh my god,
dude. Okay, the whole Sam Raimi thing, that was actually the worst, like, real part for me, was not actually the fact that Sam Raimi made a great Sam Raimi movie. Like, the concept that Sam Raimi had Doctor Strange's fucking dead corpse wearing the cloak of the damned to fly is the most Sam Raimi thing I've ever heard. That's more Sam Raimi than Evil Dead is.
Well, I mean, and also I feel like that's like pretty accurate to Doctor Strange's type of character.
Oh, absolutely. I mean? And like, I'm glad that they went outlandish
that he was in.
No, not in the cartoons, but in the comics.
Well, I mean, there's those like cameo, like, remember those old Marvel like hour-long like specials? Like there would be cameos from Doctor Strange.
I watched the Doctor Strange one. The Doctor Strange one itself was good too.
Yeah, so like I'm talking about those.
Yeah, I remember those. Those were really, really good. I actually really like those. Actually, but you know what's really exciting is that they're doing some long form animation again too. You know, XMen 97. You heard about this? So XMen 97 is the direct continuation from the original X-Men 90s cartoon.
Oh, XMen 97. Okay. I thought you said XM 97. I was like, is this like a shotgun?
XM 97.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, is this like some synth pop about to play?
X-Men 97. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't enunciate. My nose is probably a tiny bit stuffy. So, but yeah, that shit's gonna be busting too. It's just gonna be a direct continuation. And it's gonna have like old school animation.
Like,
it's fucking cool.
Since we're kind of talking about our grievances though with like the people of like at Marvel movies, can we talk about like one of my other biggest gripes when a new superhero movie comes out or any kind of thing like this?
Is this the thing that like about the Elizabeth Olsen tweet?
No. Okay. I realized that was a shit take when someone.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, Parm, you were so close to landing so well, but she didn't do anything wrong. Like,
I know.
She's just existing.
Let me tell you, there's some likes from people who didn't follow me rolling in. I took a look at their pages and I was like, all right, these are not the people I want agreeing with me, so I deleted it.
Yeah.
But no, so like the thing, like, every time there's like a fucking like any movie like this, people take the characters from the movie and they're like, all right, who you got versus this fucking character, and like people are just the fist fights. It's like, dude.
Oh, so you're talking about? Are you gonna talk about my man Mike real quick? Why Mike from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul could fucking fold Wanda? Actually, so let's transition that into our actual villain then. So Wanda was the villain, the Scarlet Witch.
The Scarlet Witch,
yes. So, have you seen WandaVision?
I only seen the first episode.
Dude, God damn it! Why have I heard that take about WandaVision so many times? I'm like, I couldn't get past the first episode. It wasn't for me. I'm like, first off, the old homage to old TV was great, but like the WandaVision run of comics that story is based on is like one of my favorite Marvel stories ever. And it shows like real depth of character. And I was surprised that they did it justice, number one. And number two, that they gave Wanda the actual outcome of what she does. And she goes fucking crazy like she did.
Yeah.
And that's like amazing. Now, you remember the line at the beginning where she talked about how she wakes up every day as a nightmare?
Yeah.
She says that the pause like nightmare. So one of the rumored villains was supposed to be the concept of nightmare, like the character nightmare.
Nightmare.
No, like it. Shut up, dude. Like, fuck you. Come on, man. No, but for real. So the character Nightmare, I thought what maybe was gonna happen was like, oh fuck, are they introducing like that Nightmare is manipulating her through the Darkhold? And I was like, I would hate that. I hate like the concept of someone controlling someone to be a villain.
Yeah,
like that's it's so
to absolve them of their sins or whatever.
Right, like, but like letting Wanda actually be fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like that was good.
There was a criticism I saw of the movie, and it was like they're basically like saying, I wish Wanda didn't go out like that. They're like, she, you know,
there's no
atoned or
implication
whatever.
where she's
And like,
directly out.
and yeah, whatever. But like the idea that like basically this person was like under the assumption that they're dead, that she's dead at this point at the end of the movie, right? And they're like, well, that kind of sucks. And I'm like, well, what's the other option? She destroys all the other universe's evil book, and then what? She just goes to prison. Like they have to, like the Avengers will have to hunt her. She is now a villain. You know what I mean? Like, what's the other option here? Like, at least with the death, they have she can come back. You know what I mean? Like through Marvel bullshit.
True.
Like
There's
it's just
also
like
the whole other
universe.
universes
I
thing.
hate seeing a character get fulfilled, and then when that finally comes to an end, people want to cheapen it by like writing them into living or whatever.
We're now exploring the multiverse though, and the concept of traveling it. We know there's other Wandas that are actually helping.
Yeah, there are other.
individuals who
Yeah,
have-
but like,
and apparently in all of the other realities, they have their children. So what's to say we won't see a good Wanda again from the multiverse very soon?
And that's totally fine. But like the thing was like this specific one, like the Wanda we've come to know and love through all this stuff is like finally done. And I'm like, yeah, her character grew like this.
It was a good
that's
character.
how it should. Like this is a good end for her. I thought.
Yeah, especially after what you see actually in WandaVision. You should go back and watch WandaVision. By the way, it's really good.
I think
it gets significantly better. Do you have Disney Plus still?
Yeah, of course.
Well, fuck off. Why aren't you watching it? Also, Obi-Wan Kenobi comes out.
Because I've been watching High and Low,
Kenobi
baby.
comes out this.
I've been fucking watching High and Low.
okay, I'll watch High and Low. Watch High and Low. Jeez. Okay, so Kenobi comes out this month too.
Yeah, it does.
That's gonna be sick. That's gonna be very cool.
After you explained what time frame and everything about it, I'm more excited than I was.
Yeah,
I thought
you see little
boring dog shit.
You see little Luke in the desert, man.
Yeah,
he likes the sand, man, unlike his father.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude! Shout out Annie just wiping that village.
I hate sand.
Oh, yeah,
dude. I think one thing though, like the newer trilogy did though, was absolve some of the sins of the the prequel trilogy.
Such as,
okay, so like Jake Lloyd is awful as young Anakin.
Yeah, I mean,
now that's what I call pod racing.
Dude, okay. Can we just say
robotic Anakin in episode 2, and like weird emotional like robot actor man. Episode 3 is kind of a banger, but that's because the story's a banger, and not because the actual acting's amazing. Other than Ewan McGregor being like,
I was about to say hello there.
Hello there. Yeah. Definitely. Okay, so it's got some weaker flaws, right? But the newer trilogy is just so fucking bad. You know, it's just like, okay, well, you know, that's not so bad anymore. I can enjoy Attack of the Clones a little bit more now that I don't have to watch The Last Jedi.
The Star Wars universe is turned into the Mandalorian extended universe. You know?
Oh, dude, yeah. Did you watch Boba Fett?
Yeah, I did.
How did you feel about the format of the show?
I thought it was a great trailer for the next season of Mandalorian.
Right. I think there's a lot of people's impression of like, why are we doing this?
Literally, it's like, what's the point, bro? This man's old.
I mean, I guess because in episode 1 and 2, when you're actually doing like the cool story, that like, I don't know.
I mean, Star Wars just like they like either need to like.
It was good there at the beginning, and it was good Boba Fett stuff, and then they just went straight into the Mandalorian shit. It's like, okay, well, that feels fucking
you
bad.
know what always depresses me is like all the canon getting wiped away. So like we're never gonna see Death Troopers or like. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Like. Yeah.
You'll never see Jason Solo. You'll never see Darth Caedus, my favorite character from the extended universe. Yeah, I've read the books.
Yeah, dude.
I've read the comics too. I'm a fucking nerd.
Like,
okay,
I think it's like it's at a point where we got to stop stitching dead actors and their CGI together to like.
Okay, you know, let's talk about posthumous art real quick before we actually go in the next section. And while we're talking about this, pull up the notes and get that Reddit thread that you're gonna need to read your one. We each got a news article. You're number 7. I get number 8.
Yeah. Okay, I've been reading that. This shit's atrocious.
You're gonna read that one out loud. I'm gonna read the other one. Okay, so while we're talking about that, let's talk about posthumous art. Now, when you see music that it comes from a posthumous artist, let's take example of like XXXTentacion recently, or like other things like that. How do you feel about that art?
So I think like if it's a case of like, so there's like ways to go about it. I think if it's like in the case that they had this project that's almost done but never made it to release, and like the family's like, hey, we know he would want this to be out into the world. He loved people like hearing their music.
Yep,
that's amazing. When it's like it's half finished, and obviously like they are going through something when they're writing it and then passing that off to other artists to just finish. That's when it starts getting murky, because like if it's been set on record that this person that's something they would want, like they don't want their art to die, then I get it.
Yep.
But if it were me, then I would just be like, you can hear the snippets, and then like I just wouldn't want people profiteering on, like, this is just me talking, right?
A good example.
I think
of I got you. I can give you a good example. So a very good example recently of someone who actually did have this happen is the bassist from Dance Gavin Dance, Tim Furyk, passed away.
Oh yeah.
And there was 17 tracks recorded, and instead of having any B-side ones that go unreleased, they are having all the tracks released and be titled as full album songs. So there's gonna be 17 songs on the next album.
Damn, that's gonna be great.
Or something like that. I'm not quite sure in full. Maybe it's actually not that number. Maybe there's also Wolf and Bear tracks, which is this other band. Like, you know, that are hidden away too. They're actually going to release those. I know they tweeted about that also. But that, like, that whole thing is like they are honoring Tim. There's also music videos that have come out now posthumous that they had recorded three.
I think you can give it the eyeball test on these things, where it's like if it's like the bandmates or their family wanting to release it versus the label.
Yeah, and that's like what you see with like the example of that. Now, let's transition that idea of music and let's take that to movies. How do you feel about it when they do it in movies? Because I fucking hate it.
It's such a bastardization. Okay, the only time it's ever been cool was at the end of Rogue One, where it was Padme like recording the message to Obi-Wan, and like that shit, I was like, okay, this is like great, that's good, like, because they used the footage, and
that's like using original footage. That's not using someone who is actually like, you're not digitally creating imagery of someone.
It's not the new SpongeBob series where they're just taking Carrie all Fisher. Of it. Yeah,
it's Carrie Fisher. It's the main example we can make out of this whole thing.
Yeah, or like the new SpongeBob series that they're doing, where they're using his old sound bites.
Oh God, I hate that.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked. They might have scrapped it. They might have scrapped it, but like, I remember reading about that.
All of animation, man. They have these bastardization
it's
of people's,
bastardization,
like,
dude.
you know what? Like, Kentaro Miura is the only man safe. Berserk is the only anime on Nickelodeon that will never get adapted.
Yeah, exactly. Nickelodeon. Dan Schneider's never making another Berserk.
Let's do our little off meet for the end of the week here. Parm, you got a little story you want to read for us, and I'll be the
where did you fucking find this, dude?
Offbeat. I sent you the Reddit link. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So for the audience, before I start reading, you need to know what Juneteenth is. Juneteenth is a holiday to celebrate African American history. Is that correct?
Yes, it's for when the slaves in Texas found out that they were free. So they were freed before then constitutionally, but they were not aware they were free. So this is when the celebration of the last slaves finding out that they were free.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So I'm just going to start with the headline. Juneteenth Soul Food Festival canceled in Arkansas after all-white panel of hosts revealed.
Go on.
I mean, it's Arkansas. In a moment that feels like it was pulled from an episode of Atlanta, a Juneteenth Soul Food Festival in Arkansas was canceled as quickly as it was unveiled after word spread of the featured hosts were white. On Tuesday, a Twitter user shared an image of a poster for the event with the caption, "Somebody has to explain this to me." And yeah, it is 3 white people on this poster. I'm just gonna like pull up the poster and take a closer look at it. There's an old boomer man named Rex Nelson, Heather Baker, and David Basil. These are the whitest people, you know. Literally,
Jesus.
these people look like if you had an AI look at 1,000 images of the GOP and amalgamated like 3 human beings. Like, it literally looks like that, by the way.
Their names are also generated the same way.
Yeah, their names are also generated
David
the same way.
Basil.
It looked like you programmed AI to be racist, and this is what it came up with.
What was the woman's name? Heather what?
Heather Baker.
See, white people, dude, you know.
So, the June 17th event, which is scheduled to take place at Little Rock War Memorial Stadium, promised 3 floors of food from some of Arkansas's top restaurants and caterers. It advertised the 3 hosts, the senior editor for the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Democrats, you fucking blow. Literally.
Okay, so the fucking libs are ruining black people's culture again.
Man, and
Great
so
job appropriating it, Democrats.
yeah, Juneteenth was finally recognized as a federal holiday in 2021. Going into the history about it. So yeah, egregious enough that some Twitter users spent most of yesterday debating whether the ill-conceived poster for the event was real or perhaps some kind of prank. Please tell me this is fake. As Arkansas Times reported on Tuesday, the poster shared on was proof that had somehow been leaked. So this was a real poster that had been leaked.
Holy shit. Okay.
So this was real. This was
So first
real.
off, that's a huge fucking L for whoever decided to plan that and not get I don't
You're
know.
gonna say program because we're still thinking this is AI.
Yeah,
oh
dude,
my God.
the glitch in the Matrix here is that somehow we rolled 3 white people and then we don't even get fucking one black person on the what the fuck are you doing?
This doesn't surprise me because Arkansas is the current home of the KKK, I believe.
I thought it was Louisiana.
I might be. Who knows? But they're up there, right?
I thought it was in Mississippi White Knights or something.
Mississippi. No, dude. No, it's surprisingly the state with the 2 towns, Lynchburg and Guntown, within 5 miles of each other, does not have the KKK capital right now.
Wonder what happens there.
Yeah,
a lot of gun crime in Lynchburg.
I don't know. I've always made sure to drive through while the sun was up. I never stayed late, on my drive through.
God, that's so morbid. Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell you what happens after 4 p.m. there.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, wow, Arkansas dropped the ball.
Yeah, that's a fucking giga L, dude.
That's a neck on Arkansas, dude.
That's a neck on you, boy. All right.
That's a neck on you, boy.
let's talk about something that's not a neck on one of the biggest fast food franchises that we have seen cross this here face of the earth. Taco Bell finally not taking L's and bringing back the Mexican pizza this month. Let's go! It's back, everybody.
I feel like it's just gonna be bad though.
The Mexican pizza's always been bad. That's the thing.
Yeah.
People are excited for it to come back because it's oh, it's back. It's back. Let me tell you, I worked there. It was good for a week. I got into it for a little bit. I was like, damn, this thing kind of fire. But the thing is, first off, the beans suck. So you gotta have the
bean paste.
It is. It's literally dried mix put in with hot bun water, and then you just stir it a bunch until it thickens up. It's great. Oh yeah. Did you just sneeze your microphone off your head?
So hard it flew off my head.
I'm surprised it didn't pick it up. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Hey, way to not ruin the audio microphone. Good job.
Yeah, dude, this thing's kick ass.
Dude, badass, dude. Thanks, old work.
Yeah.
So I can't even remember. Oh yeah. So Mexican pizza's fucking back. Okay. So this piece of hot garbage is back, right?
Yeah.
People are excited for it. But more interestingly than it actually coming back is a white person doing something potentially fucking badass. Dolly Parton is to star in a musical about the return of Taco Bell's Mexican pizza. The country music icon and philanthropist Dolly Parton announced on Monday on Instagram that she's partnering with the fast food chain Taco Bell to create a musical. The musical will premiere live on the app TikTok on May 26th. In April 2022, Taco Bell announced that the menu item would be returning for good, starting May 19th. So the Mexican pizza coming back is maybe a 4 out of 10. Who fucking cares? If you're really into it, whatever.
This is one of those things where a company is giving into what people are saying on social media, and it's just going to be a bad decision because
now,
the
here's
Mexican
what's really
pizza
bothering
sucks.
me about this article, though. The picture that they have is just Doja Cat and Dolly Parton. And I don't know what Doja Cat has to do with this. I like that she's there because it's Doja Cat, but
Doja,
what?
baby.
I don't know, dude. It's kind of weird. Top comment on Reddit: since when are we calling commercial a musical?
So
and then someone said it's probably gonna be a 30-minute infomercial style.
So this if this wasn't Dolly Parton and any other country singer, I would be very worried about the content. But Dolly's good. She's the queen of the South for me, and does so many good things for so many organizations.
Yeah.
Pro-choice.
Here's a good comment that you'll enjoy. I'm completely fine with anything that Dolly Parton does, even if it is this bald-faced corporate shilling of a shit-induced fast food. She is a goddamn national treasure, and I guarantee that whatever money she makes will be spent on making the world a better place frankly, I am more cringed. Ooh, that's a good word. That Taco Bell thinking that they are worthy of having Dolly Parton as a spokesman, and I am curious to know what they are going to do with what they become worthy of it. Ooh.
So I forgot to read the Reddit comments on the last thing I read, and this is something that was included in the article that I skipped over.
Go on.
I got a rope around my neck, and I'm tarred and feathered over an event that's already dead. Harris told the outlet. So the event organizer said that, and he goes, "It just got perceived the wrong way, and my sponsor said to leave it alone. It's dead. It's dried up." And it's just like, of all the ways to describe how this unfolded, how is that actually what was said? Like,
because it's fucking Arkansas.
Dude,
okay, you know what? That's disgusting. And on that note, we're actually going to end the episode. Goodbye, everyone. And that was another episode of the Untold Podcast. Arkansas is a racist place. Don't ever go there. Good. That's really good. That's a good bit right there.
Holy
I want to
shit.
prescribe myself fucking medication.
You see, officer, I prescribed the Xanax to myself.
You see, I prescribe myself 2 Blue Chew a day. My heart rate is through the roof, and my blood pressure is terrible, but my dick is hard.
My dick has never been hard, officer.
My wife has
Please,
never been
give
happier.
My wife.
Me whiff.
She no longer can sit down straight.
That's fucked up. That's really fucked up, man.